There it is. Woo! Blubber, thank you. Oh, thank you. No one sits on it. All right. Well, there you have it. We'll just keep going here. Sorry about that. That doesn't help you. All right. Well, we're just going to have to roll with that. All right. Now it's fixed. Thank you for that. Right down in here. Oh, no problem. Yeah. Look, right in here, you're going to have the ball of the mouth. Okay. When you have older people, this really shows itself, and it really is a nice building block. Because what sits on top of this, then you get the chin. You see this? You get that chin right there. Because from here now, you could use that ball of the mouth, and it's a slight S curve. This is just kind of gives you that wrinkle right there, you see? Or the cheeks. Cheeks are coming right up. All right, let's get his mouth here. And usually with the mouth, I'll start with a V and make sure it's, in this case, his V it's not very defined. It's pretty flat. Corners of the mouth. Then this lip on him is pretty flat. If you look at that, it's pretty flat. And we'll make this a little bit of an overlap right there. And then on this side as well. And usually the upper lip, I always put in a little bit of a tone. Yeah, Delex, that was my fault. I'm sorry. Okay, bring in that bottom lip, just like the top part there. And then this is a real nice, almost a U shape coming down. Okay, and then look at this. Look at this, the light versus the dark over here. Let's make sure that we capture that. So we're gonna come around like this. And I'm gonna add some value over here. And now let's get these teeth in. So check this out now. Look how dark. This whole area needs to be. Look at the bottom of the lip here, how bright that is compared to how dark the center section is. You see that in the picture? So we want to make sure that we are going to come in here pretty dark. Come in here just with an overall tone first. Don't go completely dark on me quite yet. Hey, there's Paul. And then I'm going to come in here on the corners with as black as I can make it. And looking at the picture here now, watch now. Get this angle right here for the bottom of his teeth, you see? And then when I put teeth, I never go all the way up with that line. I just kind of like kick in just a little bit into that area right there. Let me show you. And then if you notice, this tooth over here is a darker value. So I'm going to add a little more value to that. And this is going to make it look more round, you see? All right. Let's jump down here now. Look underneath this lip, we have this little bit of a shadow here. It's coming in this angle. See, this is just so interesting to me. We're going to fill in the rest in just a second here, but let's just get that in place. Because then you've got the shadow going over the chin here. Always checking your values. Hey, there's Chris. Okay. Let's get these eyes in here. So usually the corner of the nostril lines up with the tear duct of the eye. So you could put that in like that. Same thing on this side here. We'll do this. And then a good place to start is to look at this distance between tear ducts. And that gives you a good idea of how wide to make your eyes. All right, so we'll start with this one first. This is kind of going up, across, and then down. Now you just try and do 3 lines to suggest the top eyelid. So we got 1. Now this one's a little different. This one just kind of blends in just like this. Deluxe, you should have sound now. I forgot to turn on the sound at the beginning, but there should be sound now. Okay, come over here for an S curve. This side, same. Yeah, thank you, Christina. All right, I got his pupil over here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to add a little tone to that. And on this side as well. Now both of these eyes are in shadow, so we definitely do not leave those. Make sure you add some tone to those wide of the eyes. All right, let's think of behind these eyes. So when you have an eyeball just like this, there is your iris. you know, here's your tear duct right here. So this is going to go up one, 2, 3, and then usually it's an S curve here. And the thing with this eyeball here, this is where you end up having like the skin. This is why you get that shadow underneath the eye, you see? So over here, you can kind of, it's like coming in underneath. You see that? This side, this just always helps me to think of when I'm building my eye, to think of that eyeball behind there. You drew Charles Bronson the other day. He's a good one. That's a good one. All right. But just dropping in some heavier lines for those eyelashes. Darkening in these irises now. Okay, let's get these eyebrows in. Looking at the negative space here. It's very dark in here. What about this side here? Look at this. Same thing. Let's get these eyebrows in. Look at the negative space here. Oh, Deluxe, thank you. That's very kind of you. Oh, Blubber, good to hear. Good to hear. You guys, if you're not part of our Facebook group, you should join our Facebook group, which another thing you could do too, and you know, I have a regular occurring class. We meet every day for about a half an hour called the Daily Draw. And today what do we do? We worked on hair today. And Wednesdays we always look at something that has to do with portraits in great detail. Thursdays we look at character design. Right now we are doing a deep dive into folds. Friday is always going to be animals. Always animals. What did we do last week? I'm trying to think. Oh, we did a Greco. Monday, we do things that are natural. So we just did a landscape here. Look at this coming down here. And then Tuesdays are objects that are man-made objects. Yesterday, we drew a piano. So if you're interested, I will put a link in the comments section to sign up for the daily draw. Or you could always join our community, our Facebook group. So I can post a link for that as well. All right, let's keep coming here. Where is his? Look at the top of his ear. Where's the top of the ear lines up almost with the top of his eye. So we're gonna kind of come out with the letter C. And where does the bottom, the lobe, lines up almost with the top part of his lip there. Look at that. Boom, just like that. Okay, and then. Right now, this just looks like a flat shape. Let's give it some dimension. So you have the first part, this this part of the ear, the very top here, okay? It's like a letter C. And look at it. It's going to come around like this. You see? And then we're going to come down this backside here, but now you've got the letter Y, and it's hard to see a letter Y here, but you can, look, it's almost like a corner. You see that? Like a corner coming out. And then the back of the ear goes behind that. You can see that it's just tucking behind. That creates a beautiful overlap there. And then look at the bottom of his ear. We can actually see the flatness here. You see that? Like that. Come in here and drop this shadow here, and make sure you get the what is that called? I can't remember. The tungus, I think it is. Okay, let's jump to the other side now. All right, here's our eye. So where's the top of the ear? Is right at the eye level, right about there. All right, let's kind of come down here, and it's coming down here. Where's the bottom? Bottom is lining up with the pop, with that lip right there. And then same thing. There is that C right there. Yeah, I think a couple weeks ago we looked at the ear, drawing the ear. Went into great detail on that. Okay, here we go. Coming along here nicely. All right, so look at this. He's got these fat lines here. Let's kind of have fun with this. Coming right around like this. And I'll just say one more. A lot of times when I draw, like I'll draw a shape and then I'll think of it. What does it look like 3D wise? Where is the lights and the darks? So there's his chin. Now look at this. We've got this shape over here. What I was going to say was, drawing portraits is one of the so difficult. So it just takes time and repetition and practice, but you can do it. Now, look at this. Look at this shadow coming across his forehead here, like this. And now I want you to notice this whole side of his face is in shadow. So let's not be afraid. Let's just come in here and add a tone looking on this side of his head. All right, we've got some shadow here. Oop. All right, now if we have to go back in and darken some of our lines, by all means. Also, what's nice too, sometimes on the edge of a shadow, if you darken it slightly, it will really kind of give off this round feel. So like right in here, it produces this idea of a core shadow, and it's quite interesting to look at. yeah, we've been doing the daily draw now for about 3 years, every single day. And best thing about it was when I was younger, I really struggled with being consistent in my drawing. So that's really why I developed the daily draw, to help people who just are struggling creating a habit out of their drawing, because I really believe that is the best way to improve. All I'm doing here is just kind of like cutting into, I'm really pushing my pencil around and drawing a contour. That means an outline of his hair here. I'm going to come in with a single toner value. We'll start there. And then we'll come back in again and just not even drawing hair yet, but just adding the value where I see it. Keeping it simple here. Trying to keep it simple. All right, he's got some wrinkles up here. Look at these great wrinkles going on for his forehead. If you're looking for great places to, like pictures of drawing people, photographs, this all comes from a website called earthsworld.com. And boy, I don't know when I first started drawing from it, but it's an amazing collection of just people out and about at fairs and things of that sort. And it's just great reference. Now, all I'm doing here is I'm just coming in with a couple like scratchy lines to suggest his hair. I don't have to put it everywhere, but just enough to add some texture. My process of drawing comes down to, gesture, construction, and then value and detail. I put these in the same category. So start off with the gesture, work on your construction, and then focus on value and detail. All right, I think that's it. I'm disappointed that I didn't have the sound turned on at the very beginning. Well, what are you going to do about it, right? Listen, I really appreciate you hanging out. Do like the video, and we'll try and get the sound. Well, I won't be able to fix it. It's done. But I'll leave a note somehow saying that I forgot to start the sound. And thank you so much to, I think it was Blubber. I think Blubber, you're the one who spoke up first. So thank you, my friend. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. Go out there and make your night great. Bye-bye. You're welcome, Paul.